Coming up today on Good Morning BU. Senate Republicans vote to approve a bill that would fund immigration agencies without any Democratic support.
And the MBTA's Green Line B branch is going on its third day of a major shutdown.
We are joined by a member of the BU Dance Theater group to tell us more about the team's performance tonight.
While BU Sustainability tells us about their work on campus.
And two Boston sports teams are making their way through the first round of playoffs.
Live from Studio West in the College of Communication, Good Morning BU starts right now. Hello and welcome to Good Morning BU. I'm Claire Chen.
And I'm Lily Chapman. Here are today's top stories. A ceasefire between Lebanon militant group Hezbollah and Israel is being extended by 3 weeks after representatives met at the White House yesterday. President Trump says the U.S. will be working with Lebanon.
And we're going to be working with Lebanon to get things straightened out in that country. I really believe it's something we can do pretty easily.
To break through the Strait of Hormuz, President Trump also ordered the U.S. Navy to, quote, shoot and kill any Iranian boats placing mines in the strait. The ceasefire has been a key factor in U.S. and Iran peace efforts, but Israel's ambassador to the United Nations has said the extension is, quote, not 100%.
In Washington, Senate Republicans voted to approve a budget plan that would provide funding for ICE and Border Patrol. The plan was passed without any Democratic support. It would allow Republicans to move forward using what's known as a budget reconciliation. The process avoids the usual 60-vote requirement in the Senate and allows the final funding bill to pass with only a simple majority. Funding for ICE is the main reason the Department of Homeland Security has been partially shut down since February.
7 workers who were detained during an ICE raid at the Alston car wash last year have now filed a legal complaint against the federal government. The workers say that agents surrounded the business, detained employees without probable cause, and also subjected them to physical and emotional harm. One worker alleges that an agent checked a database, acknowledged his legal status, but detained him anyway. The workers described being handcuffed too tightly, being chained at their hands, feet, and waists, and held in crowded conditions with little food, water, and privacy. The complaint they're filing seeks $1 million in damages for each worker for a total of $7 million and could also lead to a federal lawsuit.
A bit further down Commonwealth Avenue, our correspondent Caitlin Danis has details on the recent MBTA T shutdowns. Caitlin, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Claire. I'm here at Kenmore Station, where the MBTA's Green Line B branch is now on its third day of a major shutdown. Since Wednesday and through April 30th, service between Kenmore and Boston College has been suspended, with buses operating as a free replacement. Some stops, including Grigg Street and Packard's Corner, are not being served due to accessibility constraints. MBTA officials say the reason for the closure is to complete major upgrades, including installing safety systems and replacing infrastructure that is over 100 years old. They also say that riders should budget in an extra 10 minutes into their commute time.
Thank you. Now, how have the Green Line shutdowns been impacting the recent commuters of workers?
Yeah, Claire. Well, MBTA officials are saying that the 57 bus is free during the weekends as well, so that's another option for our commuters.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. Now, what is the biggest impact that the shutdowns have been having?
Yes, and this weekend there is also going to be a closure that is extending into around Government Center, so riders should expect an even longer time and more wait times in that area.
Well, thank you, Caitlin. Now, a flyer who passed through Boston Logan's Airport is reported to have measles. The individual arrived in Terminal C around midnight on April 14th on a JetBlue flight from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Officials say anyone who spent time in the terminal from midnight to 2:30 a.m. may have been exposed. Massport says terminals are consistently cleaned, but will add additional sanitation if necessary. Health officials say any unvaccinated individuals who believe they were exposed should contact their healthcare provider immediately and avoid public spaces for 21 days. Vaccinated individuals are at low risk.
Staying with public health, Trump's acting Attorney General Todd Blanche signed an order to reclassify state-licensed medical marijuana as a less dangerous drug on Thursday. The order does not legalize the drug for medical or recreational use, but instead shifts the regulation of licensed marijuana from a Schedule I to the less a Schedule 1 for the less Schedule 3. Advocates of the order say that cannabis should have never been treated like, quote, heroin by the federal government, yet critics are skeptical that the order may allow developers to bypass the FDA and instead get approved at the state level. The administration says the order aimed at jumpstarting a process for more broadly reclassifying marijuana, with hearings set to begin in late June.
Australia's social media ban is beginning to show cracks in its effectiveness, as it's reported that 7 in 10 children still use social media platforms. The ban, which was enacted last December, requires all social media platforms to take steps in preventing users under 16 from using and maintaining accounts. However, tech suppliers say the deployment of age-checking technology to keep children off these platforms has been, quote, weak, with developers being slow to implement this technology to the best of their abilities. Australia's social media ban was the first of its kind. Now, other regions across the globe, including Boston, are looking to its failures and successes as they consider bans of their own. Now, stick with us after the break to hear from a member of BU's oldest and largest dance group about their upcoming show tonight.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Welcome back. Now we'll leap over to Lily to hear from a member of the BU Dance Theater group.
Thanks, Claire. I'm here with Sophia Harris, the Digital Marketing Manager of the BU Dance Theater Group. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning, Sophia.
Thank you for having me.
So for those watching at home who don't know what Dance Theater Group is, can you talk to us a little bit more about the organization?
Yeah, so Dance Theater Group, also known as DTG, is the oldest and largest dance group on BU's campus. Every semester we have around 16 student choreographers, and they audition students at the beginning of the semester, and then we have 13 weeks of rehearsal until we have our show at the end of the semester. And we also have 3 faculty mentors who provide feedback to our choreographers throughout the semester to help them improve their piece. And then we also hold master classes every Thursday with a different guest teacher.
Oh, that sounds so incredible. So I know that your Showcase Visions is tonight. So what can audiences expect in terms of dance styles and maybe even choreography?
Yeah, so they can expect a variety of styles because we have so many student choreographers. It's really up to them what they want to do with their pieces. This semester we have a lot of contemporary, modern, and jazz, so yeah, expect a variety of pieces.
That is so exciting. So I've got to know, what goes into putting a show on like this?
Oh my gosh, a lot goes into putting a show like this on. Our e-board works really hard to make this happen, and so our choreographers, they again have 13 weeks of rehearsal, and then they also do their own lighting designs for the piece, which is really exciting. We've been experimenting with lighting throughout this past week because we've had tech rehearsals and dress rehearsals, which has been really fun. We also have to design the poster, so we do a senior photo shoot with all of the seniors, and then we market that out, making the show order, renting the theater, a lot goes into it, but yeah, we're really excited to put it on.
So moving to what you do specifically, how long have you been in your role as marketing manager?
I've been in my role for a year. I was social media my junior year, but now I'm digital marketing.
So given that you've kind of been doing this for a little while now,
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, how have you seen this group and organization evolve during your time?
Oh my gosh, it has evolved so much from the time of when I was a freshman to now when I'm a senior. When I was a freshman, we were under BU Dance, and now that I'm a senior, we are completely under the College of Fine Arts. So we're very composition focused, movement focused. A lot of our budget comes from CFA. And because we don't have the support from BU Dance anymore, we do a lot of fundraising. So I write an alumni newsletter every semester, which is really fun.
That's amazing. And what are you hoping people take away from the performance tonight?
I'm hoping that people take away that dance is still a living art and it's still lively. And I'm really excited for people to see how BU can bring a bunch of students together through their love of dance, because it's brought me some of my bestest friends. So I'm really excited for people to see how dance brings a community together.
Yeah, well, that is so exciting. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, and best of luck in your performance.
Thank you.
All right, now if you want to see visions, check out the ticket link in the Dance Theater Group Instagram bio. Now we'll dance right into a quick break.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that the big homie needs help too. You can't just rebound from everything. I know you've been grinding.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. I wonder why we waited so long. I'm not wondering anymore. Love, your mind. Let's see how far we can go.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Welcome back. This past Wednesday was Earth Day, but at BU, it's celebrated all month long. Here to tell us more is BU's Director of Sustainability. Over to you, Claire.
Thanks, Lily. I'm here with Lisa Tornatore. Thank you so much for being here. Now, what can you tell us about BU's Earth Month and its key sustainability initiatives?
Well, at Boston University, Earth Day is every day. We celebrate all year long, but in particular in April, it's a really exciting time for us. We work with several different departments and student organizations around campus to host their own activities, because throughout the year, BU Sustainability is at work all the time, working on implementing our climate action plan, our zero waste plan, and updating those efforts with campus partners. So this month, we are working with folks like the Campus Closet. We're working with folks at the Food Studies program and several others on campus to host their own activities that help us build the Earth Day platform.
And how are you hoping that these initiatives, impact student behavior on campus?
Well, I think bringing more awareness is always the first step. Earth Month is an opportunity for us to allow our community to think about it a little bit more frequently than they normally would throughout the year.
Now, outside of Earth Month, I know that we should be talking about sustainability all year long. So what are your top recommendations for little things students can do, in their everyday life or their daily habits that can help make BU more sustainable?
One thing that students can get involved with every day is recycling. And it sounds trite. Everybody thinks about recycling as the thing that you could or should be doing, but it really does help us meet our goals. So if you can take a look at those signs that are above the recycling and trash bins and make sure you're putting it in the right place, that actually does help us to divert the appropriate material to the right place. We have a goal to reach 90% waste diversion by the year 2030. And that's coming up really quickly. Yeah. So we're looking at a variety of different opportunities behind the scenes, but also front of house, where our community sees those signs and puts something in the bin. Everybody has something to throw away every day.
And finally, what upcoming sustainability events should students be looking out for?
Today, Campus Closet is hosting a clothing swap on Marsh Plaza from 12 to 5. Saturday, tomorrow, our community will be gathering to collect trash from the Esplanade alongside BU Wellbeing and Advancement and several other organizations who are coming together around Global Days of Service as well as Earth Day 365.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We hope to see you there. Now, stay with us after the break to hear about how the Celtics and the Bruins are performing in the playoffs.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. Have you ever wondered why Boston is called the sports capital of America? Well, you're about to find out. Hannah, over to you. All right, we are having a few technical difficulties right now, so Hannah, we will be coming back to you. But going back to campus, all right, seems like we are going back to Hannah, so we'll just give it a minute. Back to you, Hannah, over at TD Garden.
I'm here on Causeway, where not one, but two Boston teams are battling through the first round of the playoffs. Starting off with the Bruins, last night they hit the ice for their first home game of their series against the Buffalo Sabres. Unfortunately for the Bruins, they came up short, falling 3-1 after a late empty net goal sealed it for Buffalo. That loss puts the Sabres up 2-1 in this first to four win series. If the Bruins want to tie this series, consistency has to be the focus. In games 1 and 2, the Bruins let late leads slip away. Thursday's game looked more complete, but playing a full 60 minutes is going to be crucial heading into the back end of the series. As for the court, the Celtics are in the thick of their own first-round series as well. Tonight, they will take on the 76ers at home here at TD Garden in Game 3 with the series tied 1-1 currently. The Celtics dominated Game 1, but Game 2 told a different story. They let a lead get away from them thanks to cold shooting from beyond the arc, a performance they cannot afford to repeat as the series shifts momentum.
And Hannah, how have you seen these two teams evolve since last year?
You know, the Bruins look extremely different roster-wise, specifically in terms of the number of young players like Fraser Mitten and James Hagan making an early impact. Last season, the Bruins started a roster rebuild, so to see them entering the playoffs this quickly is very impressive. As for the Celtics, last season, their title hopes were cut short after James Hagan went down with a torn Achilles. The injury shifted the trajectory of their playoff push, but now that Tatum is back, the team seems to have a new sense of confidence.
All right, and I gotta know, what are you most excited about as these teams continue to fight in the playoffs?
You know, I'm just most excited to see the sports excitement in the city once again. Last season was a bit of a dull year in terms of all Boston sports teams and their playoff runs, so it's just exciting to see teams in the playoffs once again, especially with how important Boston's token sports culture is.
All right, well, it sounds like there's so much to look forward to. Thank you so much for that update, Hannah. Coming back to campus, the BU LGBTQA+ Center is celebrating Pride Month in April. Our correspondent Elena Pehik went to check out the center's trans art showcase.
Last week, BU's LGBTQIA+ Student Resource Center hosted its Transgender Art Showcase, where trans artists had the opportunity to share their work with community members. As a part of the center's Pride in April programming, the showcase included a gallery wall of art, alongside performances of music and spoken word poetry. Performer So Noir said he chose to perform at the event because uplifting spaces that support the LGBTQIA+ community is very important to him, especially on college campuses.
I remember the importance when I was in college of like these type of spaces, like these LGBTQ+ spaces, and you start like highlighting those type of things.
Attendee Natalie Farina said events like this are important to build community, and especially in light of many actions taken to, quote, push the LGBTQIA+ community into the margins.
I mean, with the federal government being what it is, marginalized communities are being pushed even further into the margins, and it's really difficult.
Center's director, Katie Collins, said their goal is to make the center and its events a safe space for all students, where the community can help provide support, especially in the midst of the federal government's current actions.
Trans legislation has imploded in, I would say, the past 5 years. I think events like this are an opportunity to sort of say, we see you and we support you and we care for you.
Make sure to keep up with the LGBTQIA+ Center for more events like this. This is Elena Pajik reporting for Good Morning BU.
Now, BU students are gearing up for this year's spring concert, but the, quote, brutal ticket buying process on the platform Ticketmaster left many frustrated. Singer Zara Larsson is set to headline the concert on May 3rd. Now, when sales went live Tuesday, some students who signed in using their BU credentials were able to get tickets. Meanwhile, those who didn't sign in waited in Ticketmaster's general traffic queue, along with thousands of others, many of whom waited for hours and still ended up without tickets. The chaos comes just after Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation, lost a major antitrust lawsuit. The suit alleged that Ticketmaster held an illegal monopoly over the live event industry that harmed consumers.
So it seems some students had trouble getting Zara Larsson tickets, but we talked to a few students whose excitement tells us the hassle was worth it. Take a look.
I'm at the George Sherman Union, asking Boston University students what song they're most excited to hear at the Zara Larsson Spring Concert. I'm here with Christiana, Gabriella, Angelica, Delara. And are you singing Zara Larsson? I am. And what song are you most excited to hear? Midnight Sun. Definitely Lush Life. I'm very excited. Ain't My Fault. Pretty Girls. Ain't My Fault. Never forget you.
Midnight Sun.
Lush Life. Lush Life.
Lush Life.
Lush Life.
I'm really excited for Lush Life.
I think I'm really excited for Lush Life. I really hope she brings someone up to do the dance.
5, 6, 7, 8. Now I found another crush. Your lush life giving me a rush.
What song are you most excited to hear on May 3rd? For Good Morning BU, I'm Cameron Morales.
Thank you so much, Cameron. Now, before you all go, this is our last show of the semester, and also Lily's last show on GMBU. She's graduating in a few weeks, so I just wanted to take some time to shout out everything she's done while at BU. In her 2 years, she's anchored, of course, but she's also been editor-in-chief at her campus BU. She's written for the Daily Free Press, she's been on The Wire, and much, much more. Lily, how does it feel to be graduating and leaving us all behind for a fresh start?
Oh my gosh. Wait, I am so shocked by this footage right now. Oh my goodness. It is absolutely unreal. I was just telling my parents before, because they're watching right now, like BU TV, like, you know, Good Morning BU, this was the first thing that I joined when I first transferred. You know, I feel like transfers all go through the same thing where, you know, you don't really know if you'll have that kind of sense of belonging. And Good Morning BU has really given that to me. And if you told, you know, sophomore transfer me that I'd be anchoring one day, like, I would say that you're absolutely crazy. Because I remember I watched Alex Dowd. She was the producer when I first joined, and she was also an anchor. And I remember watching her do it, and I thought to myself, like, I could never do that. That's way too terrifying. And so I would just say that you're absolutely crazy if you told me that I'm doing it now. But it's been such a ride, such a roller coaster, you know, kind of working my way up. But the people here are just like unbeatable. The friendships and being able to anchor with you, Claire, is just like, you know, it's been one of the absolute joys of my life. I feel like I'm gonna cry, but no, you guys are just all amazing, and I'm so grateful for this experience. Are you gonna continue anchoring, you think, next year?
I'm not sure, hopefully, but we'll see how my semester's plans pan out.
I know, it's wild, but yeah.
Well, we'll miss you a lot, Lily, but good luck with whatever you choose to do.
Thank you.
And thank you all for an amazing season of Good Morning BU. I'm Claire Chen.
And I'm Lily Chapman. Stay safe and have a great weekend.